Do I talk now? Hey everyone, this is Sienna, and this is the 4th installment of the Final Orgy Fantasy Football League. Stay tuned after the show for an exclusive interview with Jack Securies.
All right, welcome to week number 4. Let's do a quick review of week 3 here. Start off here with the 6 boys taking over Steely Dan Tehan, 128-89. Not a great show out by Trey, but maybe next week he'll break 100. We'll see. Moving on here to Battle of the Friends here. Jack back on the winning streak here. He's got 125 to another below 100 score from Jason at 84 points here. 84 points. Let's see what happened here. Let's see what happened. Oh, Aaron Jones and J.K. Dobbins and Justin Jefferson. 3 duds right there. Gerald Everett, another dud. Easy win for Jack there. All right, let's go to the game of the week here. This was last week's game of the week. This was Chris's chance to get a W here, and he did not. So we got 0-3 now, and Marco's 3-0. Oof. That's all I can say is oof. Here we go. Lamar Jackson almost hitting 40 again for 2 weeks in a row. You got a player hitting 40 points, you're probably not going to lose. Pretty all across the board here, it was just blowout. Nothing exciting here. Just a quick win here for Marcos. Somebody's got to beat him. I think he's going against Tanner next week, so maybe Tanner can beat him next week. He's the only one undefeated. Taste of Chicago got his name back. Lackluster score of 85 points up against the Young Boys, 109. Huge factor in this game, Mr. Nick Chubb, that was just recently acquired by Team Young Boys from a quite shady trade. There was one person that vetoed it. I'm not going to say his name, but there was a veto. It was a trade between Tony and Preston. Preston received Nick Chubb and traded it away, George Kittle and Ezekiel Elliott. Let's see how Ezekiel Elliott did. Let's see what he did. Let's see if that was worth a trade. Let's see here. Where's his stats from week 3 here? Let's see how he did here. Let's see how he did. 2022. These are not the stats I'm looking for, ESPN. All right. Well, I can tell you right now, Zeke is trash. Let's see, he got 14 and a half points. Oh, he did get a touchdown in that game. All right, let's see how Mr. Kittle did. 6.8. So about 20 points total. And Mr. Nick Chubb got 17 points on his own. Not too bad of a trade. I don't agree with it, but moving on. Tony here with the doubling the points of Tanner. Tanner played somebody that was not even in the game. He's too busy in Nashville getting his bachelor on. But, We all have time to do that. But it takes no time to set your lineup. I'll just say that. It takes 0 time. Set your lineup. Make sure at least the people that you've got starting are going to be in the game. Just a tip. Just a tip. All right, let's move on to our current week number 4. This week's game of the week's going to be going to go 4-1 versus the sickest of the boys here. I have not currently set my lineup here, so there's some inaccuracies here. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to win this one. Let's just look at the advantages here. I've got him on quarterback. I've got him on Marquise Brown, Kyle Pitts, beating Dallas Goedert. I'm on St. Brown, showing out every week. Cortland Sutton has probably the only receiver on Denver right now, but not a lot of hope in him. Jack's still playing Leonard Fournette, piece of trash. Kareem Hunt's going to outscore him. I might not even play Kareem Hunt. Who knows? Not an accurate projection here. I'm gonna go with my gut here and say that I'm gonna win. Moving on. Let's see here. We got Taste of Chicago up against Chris. This is Chris's chance here, I believe. Chris is gonna take this one, and that'll put him at 3-1, and he'll probably be tied for 4th in the East Division. Still got a chance. Jason Bailey needs to come back from that terrible showing last week against Tony. Another friendship could be ruined on this one, guys. I'm going with Jason on this one. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going with Tony. Tony is showing out here lately. This is a very important game here. Tanner really needs to step up his game. Let's see if he's got Keenan Allen in there. Keenan Allen's in there. I don't know if he's playing. But let's see here. It's questionable. We'll check on that one. I'm saying Tanner's going to win that one. Marcos needs to lose. And I'm going with Trey on this one. Something tells me he's going to hit a high number this week. And that should be the end of this episode. But now we have a special guest. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show, Mr. Jack Almanac Snickers, Sickaries.
Hello?
Hello? Who is this?
Yeah, this is Bailey's Health and Fitness?
Hi, this is Tyler Hall.
Oh, my God. I was like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, who the fuck is James Hall? Who the fuck is James?
Does it show up as James Hall?
Why'd you say this? It sounded so legit, like this call is being recorded. I was like, what the fuck? I guess so, yeah, here. What?
Is Jack there?
Yeah, he's right here in front of me. I'm putting you on hold.
All right.
Who's this again? Is this James?
Yes, James Hall.
Jack wants to know. All right, James. Give me 1 second, sir.
Yo.
Yo.
You figured it out?
You're live.
Oh, fantastic.
You're live. I think I've got it figured out. Are you ready?
All right. Let's do the questions. I'm ready for my post-game, post-week, pre-week 4 conference.
Yeah. So I did some research, and I see that I have never beaten you in all 3 years.
Makes sense.
Okay. So my first question to you, are you going to go 4-1 again? Because last year, week 5, you played me, and you won 160 points to 115 points.
Well, looking at this week's projections, my matchup this week with Sick Boys. Pretty close. Right now, Sick Boy does not have a kicker in.
Currently, not made my lineup.
Yeah, currently no kicker in the spot yet. Lineup is not set. Looking at matchups, though, I think I can definitely squeak out another one against the Sick Boys. Go 3-1. Start off the season after week 4.
So you believe that it'll be 0-5 as far as my record against you after this week? You beat me 3 times last year.
I feel that I will go 0-5, 5-0. And the reason why is here's the reason. One,
okay.
There's a couple of reasons. One, I feel by far my team is more balanced. I've got better balanced running backs, better balanced wide receivers. My players are gonna pop off. I got a few that are kind of Fournette, Connor, that really aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. So yes, I do believe that I can go. I think there's an intimidation factor that when my team and your team play, your team kind of buckles a little bit. It's like the Colts playing the Jags.
Speaking of Jags, you're playing the Eagles defense this week?
I am.
Is that a for sure thing? You going to change that up?
No, I'm playing the Jags. The Jags have been running high these past couple of weeks. I think playing the undefeated Eagles in Philly, I feel that the Jags will kind of come back down to earth.
Also, you're not playing Dalvin Cook this week?
Dalvin's questionable right now.
Sitting out for right now.
He's questionable right now. I picked up his backup in case. They've got a quick turnaround Thursday. They're playing in London, so they've got to travel over to London. Dalvin hurt his shoulder, just a minor injury that will not result in surgery. Something that he can pop back into place, and he wears his harness. In fact, he did it last year, and the 2 games that he did it, were the best 2 games of the season for him.
Okay. Moving on. Do you think that your compulsive reading of magazines and almanacs help your fantasy mindset?
By far. I think some of the smartest, most intelligent people in this world are researchers.
You think that reading somehow gives you an edge over others who don't read?
I think reading is far superior than when people just sit and watch TV or play video games. I think people who just, put the headset on and get in front of a TV with video games, I think they're some of the dumbest people.
Is Preston standing in front of you right now? Is that why you're saying that?
No, he's at the front counter.
Okay. Real quick, final score of our matchup. What's the final score? What's your projection?
Oh, my prediction, I'm going to say it's going to be 142 to 128.
Okay. What's that?
With gonna go 4-1, winning it.
Yeah, you went 4-1 last year, so if that trend continues, then you may see yourself in the playoffs. But if it does not, there may be a ripple. Last question.
Well, There is a, let me, and if I may just interject real quick, there is a
Go
ripple in our league right now, and it's it's one particular team. Mr. Chris Roth, Public Enemy number 1. That's a ripple I don't think I ever want to be a part of, and I don't think anybody else does in this league. And by
you don't
far,
think he's going to bounce back?
Possibly squeak in 6th seed of the playoffs. I think that Taste of Chicago, CD's nuts, even Team Limbo, struggling. Bottom 3 right there by far. That means, though, if Public Enemy number 1 moves up, some people have to slide back down. I don't know who that 4th spot is going to be, who's going to be out, but for sure I'm predicting Taste of Chicago, CD's nuts, Team Limbo, and possibly NFL Young Boys might be your bottom 4.
Wow. Bold statement. One last question, and then we're done here because this is going longer than I anticipated.
Sure.
This is off topic, has nothing to do with fantasy football, but when you left the restaurant industry, who was more disappointed, your parents or your children?
By far, my parents. By far, my parents. My children at the time when I left really didn't care what I did, and probably still don't. But by far, my parents look at me in a whole different light, and it's not a good light.
Wow.
Yeah, somewhat of a
believe. Does that affect your fantasy football decisions?
I think
is that in the back of your head when you're choosing your lineup? I want to make my parents proud.
And here's the last thing I'll say before we sign off on this. The choices that I've made, not only in my quote-unquote real life, and the choices I make in my fantasy life, I think are choices that have helped me grow, and really they're choices that have put me in a pretty good position in my life. I think I take risk when the risk present themselves, and typically 9 out of 10 times, because I'm not perfect. Well, some would say in fantasy I'm pretty perfect since I'm the champ. It works out in my favor. So my parents, although quite disappointed in my real life, I think they're pretty happy in my fantasy life.
Okay, well, thanks for this time. Thanks for, I know you're a busy person, and good luck this week. And thank you.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yep.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.